Good morning, Internet. This is Alex does Sudokus, and it is Wednesday, the 7th of July, 2021. And we have a New York Times hard Sudoku that we're going to tackle, which we're going to solve with Snyder notations. So if you care to join me, we're going to see if we can do this thing. Okay, let's get started. I'm cold, hungry, and in pain. Oh no, paranoid stranger. I'm really sorry to hear that. So I've got, so with Snyder notations, what I'm going to do is basically pencil mark in numbers where they appear in two possible locations in each of the boxes. If they can appear in more than two places, I ignore them. So for instance, I've got four possible positions for the one in this box, so we ignore. But otherwise, we will pencil mark them in. But basically over here, we have a pointing pair of ones, meaning the ones can't go on row 8. So we actually solved a 1. Morning, Fled. How are you? But yeah, Paranoid Stranger, I hope you get seen at soon and they're going to sort you out. Yeah, Paranoid Stranger's got kidney stone in the hospital. Been in the hospital for 8 hours. That is not a fun time. So I really hope, yeah, you get checked out soon and you can go home after they give you some painkillers and do things that will help. Good, thanks. How are you? I'm okay, thank you. Just woke up and a bit sad to hear Paranoid Stranger situation. That's all. I'm just going to mute myself because I need to blow my nose. Okay, we're going to continue our search. Okay, let's see. Have we got any 4s? I can't see any 4s. 5s. Got a pair of 5s here. And let's see. This 5 blocks those two cells. So the 5 is actually locked on columns 4 and 5. And we have parities here with these two boxes. In both boxes, the 5s are locked on columns 4 and 5. So the 5 has to go on column 6 somewhere, but it's not in these two boxes. Therefore, it must be down here. So that's one way we can place some numbers. So with that, we can pencil mark in these two 5s. Whilst we're here, I just want to pencil mark in a pair of 7s here because in this box, and a pair of 3s, because this box is now quite restricted. It's always worth having a look. Continuing on with the 5s, I can't see anything else. I'm going to move on to the 6s. So the 6s is the same situation. The 6s are locked on columns 4 and 5 in these two boxes now. So it must be on column 6 in this box. So 6s, same situation here. 6s are locked on rows 8 and 9 in two of the boxes. So it must be in row 7 in this box. I think that's all I can do with the 6s. So I'm going to move on to the 7s. Got the 7s already. Got a 7 over here, thanks to this 7 and that 7. Pair of 7s over here. And a pair of 7s over there. And I think that's all the 7s. 8s are locked in the same two cells as the 1s. So that forms a matching pair. And matching pairs are useful because no other numbers can go in them within, like, no other numbers can go in them at all, basically. But these two cells shares both the columns and the box. So within the box, we've now got a pair of 2s because 2, 3, and 9 are locked in these 3 cells. So we've got a pair of 2s there, which are pointed. So that basically locks the 2s in these two cells because 2 is blocked from here, 2s are blocked from here. Although actually the single 2 would have done it. That actually gives us a 2 at the bottom and another pair of 2s over here. So that is Gucci. And what else have we got here? We have 3s locked in here and the 9s, but they don't show us any numbers. So we're going to continue on with the 8s. Oh, I hope Paranoid Stranger is getting seen because he's suddenly gone quiet. So hopefully that's the situation and not that he's run over back trees. So hope you're well, Paranoid Stranger. Really hope you're well because it sounds really sucky what you're going through. Meanwhile, we are finding That's the 8 and the 9s. No, hold on, not 8 and the 9s, just the 9s. Never mind. Okay. What can we do with the 9s? Nothings, I tells ya. Nothings. Okay, we can't find any 9s. We don't seem to have a weak number, so it may be tricky to find a naked single, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to look at the weak areas. So we have 3, 9, and 4. 3, 4, and 9 on this column remaining because there are only 3 cells left. So by weak areas, I generally mean there are very few places for numbers to go. And since these are 3, 4, and 9, and I've got 4 and a 9 here, we do have a naked single. We have a naked 3. Because basically this cell sees 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it must be a 3. This 3 unlocks a 3 up there, which incidentally unlocks a 9 and a 2 because the triples are basically locked with each other. So now we've got a pair of 3s in these 2 cells and a pair of 3s over there because the 3s are locked in the same 2 columns again. And they even formed an X-wing, so that is quite useful. Do look up X-wing as well because they're quite useful. So what do these 3s and 6s do? Well, they lock a pair of 5s here because these 2 cells are now out of play within this box. So the 5s are locked here. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 9. 9s are locked in these cells. Not for, oh, hold on. Okay. These 3 and 6 are useful because they give me a 4 up top. Because, 4. Because the 4 is the only number remaining on the column. And I can't go in either of these 2 cells because they have to be 3 or 6. Otherwise, I'll have 3 and 6 locked in the same cell, basically, which is impossible. So this 4 gives us a pair of 4s over here. 4 cells are locked in these 3 cells. That actually forms a triple. So we like that. We like that we have a triple because that means I have a matching pair again. And this time we've got 6 and 8. Okay. We're going to pencil mark in the 6 and the 8. What does that do for us? Well, it gives us a pair of 8s over here. What about the 6s? It gives us 6 down here because pointing pair of 6s means these can't be 6s, those can't be 6s, so we have a 6. And when placing this 6, Snyder notation tells us that this has to be a 1 because we eliminated one of the 1s. So with that out of the way, we can place the final 1s in these 2 cells. So the 1s has to be in one of these. The 2 1s have to be in 2 of the 4 cells over there. So I don't think the 1 does anything else. What about a 6? 6 locks, a pair of 6s down here. So we've only got 4 left to look at in this box, but we don't know where it is. 1, 4, 7, and 9 are here. And that is kind of useful because we've got a pair of 9s up here. Because 9 can't go here, nor here. So just help me spot the 9. What about the 7s? 7 can go in this cell. Okay, 7s can be in any of these bottom cells. 1, 7, 8, and 5 are remaining on this row. 1, 7, 8, and 9. We've got 1, 8, and 9 in this cell. No, hold on. 1, 7, 8. Oh, it's not 9. 1, 7, 8, and 6. Oh, in that case, I've got 1, 6, and 8 over. No, it's not 6 either. No. 1, 7, 8, and 5 is what I'm looking for. That's it. Right, that means the 5s are locked in these 2 cells because this 5 and a pointing pair of 5s and a 5 here. 7s go in any of these 3 cells. Does that mean this is a naked single? What have we got on the column? It is 2, 5, and 7, right? Yeah, I'm missing 2, 5, and 7 because these 2 cells have to be 6 and 8. So it's 2, 5, and 7, and I've got 5 and 7 there. That means this is a naked 2. So once again, I can see 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is a naked 2. So I promised you guys naked singles in my going live alert, and I'm delivering naked singles. Hope you guys enjoy that. That leaves me 1, 8, and 9. That means this cell is 8 and 9. Okay, what about the 5 and the... What are these now? 5 and 7. Can't be resolved yet. But I do have a pair of 5s over here. Let's pencil mark in the 5, 7 and 9 here because the 9s are now pointed. Oh, they've been pointed the whole time. And the 7 can't go anywhere. Not super useful. And I guess the 7s can go in these 3 cells. So I'm breaking the Snyder notation rules a little bit, but I think it's okay at this stage. So, because we're nearing the end of the puzzle, basically. So, let's see, 6, 7, and 9 on this column. No dice. No dice. I can see a 6 here, but then 7 and 9 in those 2 cells. Anything else I can tackle? Any tackles to tackle? This doesn't look right. Yeah, this can't be a 2. So that's actually 4 and 8. Now, is that useful? I don't think that's useful. So this is 4, 5, 8, and 9. Yeah, that's not useful either. So I think I'm just going to scan the puzzle again just to see if we can find any more numbers. So 1s and 2s are no good. 3s, 3, 3, 3. Pair of 3s over here. Pair of 3s over there. Pair of 3s over there. Pair of 3s. So all the 3s are more or less pencil marked in except for here. So we might as well do it. Because we're coming towards the... Oh, hold on. We can solve a number here. We've got a 4 right here. Hiding in plain sight. Very successfully. How does this 4 help me, though, is the question. Suppose it gives me a quadruple in this box. This is 6, 7, and 9. That's no use. This 4 is not as helpful as I hoped. So this is 5, 6, 8, and 9 on this row. 5, 6, 8, and 9. I can't see any 9s at all, so that's not Gucci. Yeah, we're going to continue on scanning the numbers, actually. So we've got 4s in these cells. I'm going to pencil mark them in just to... Oh, okay, that's useful. We now have a triple of 3, 4, and 6 on this column now that we pencil mark those in. Because this has to be 3 or 4, this has to be 3 or 6, and this has to be 4 and 6. That means that's 3 numbers in 3 cells. So they can't be anywhere else, nor can any other numbers go in them. So that forms a quadruple, which are 2, 5, 8, and 9. I've got 5, 8, and 9. See in this cell. And it can't be 3, 4, and 6. So this is another naked 2. Unlocks another 2 for us. So that's Gucci. So now I've got 5, 8, and 9 remaining. Right. Still can't do much with it. What about a 2? Does that give us anything? On the row, we've got 3, 4, 6, and 7. I've got 7, 4. So this is 3 and 6, in fact. This now has to be 3 and 6. I'm not going to pencil... Oh, actually, yeah, we're going to pencil mark in the 3, 6, and 9 in this box. Because the 9s are now pointed. So this is a pair of 9s. Because I've got a pointed pair of 9s. The 3s are pointed upwards, but that's not useful. But that gives me a 3, 6 pair, meaning this can't be a 3 anymore. Because a 3 and 6 can't go anywhere else. Otherwise, I'll have one number in 2 cells. So that gives me a 3 over there. And a 4 and 7. This 3 doesn't... Oh yeah, this 3 breaks the 3 and 6 in these 2 cells. And this 6 breaks the 6 and the 8. And this 8 gives me a pair of 5 and 8. And therefore 4s and 9s in these 2 cells. Vertically doesn't do anything. So I think that's all I can do with those numbers. We have also eliminated this 3. So that has to be a 6, which means this is a 9. So this triple was resolved. Okay, 6 now can't go in here. So that eliminates a 7. So we've placed a 7, which means this has to be a 5 now because these can't be 7s. In fact, 7 goes in there, 5 goes in here, and not here. So now we have pointing pair 7s, meaning the 4 and the 7 are resolved. This 4 forces the 4 in here, also tells me this is an 8. That is a 9, this is a 1. And that leaves me a 5-7 pair. This 1 unlocks the 1 and the 8. And 7 and 9 also tells me this can't be a 7, so 5 and 7 are in place. So this cell is an 8. And this 8 breaks open the 5 and 8 down here. And I think that's all the 8s. It also tells me this is a 5. And with the 5 in place, we've got ourselves a 9. And that 9 opens up the 4 and 9. So this must be a 6 now, because it can't be a 4. Which means this is a 3, this is a 6. And this is a 4 and 3. And this can't be a 5, so 5 is here. This is a 7 because I've got 9 on the row. 9, 9, and finally a 4. And that's today's New York Times hard Sudoku. So I hope you enjoy that. Hopefully I remember to edit the video because I did have to trim the start. So yes, if you find it useful, YouTube folks, please leave a like and maybe even a comment. And if you want to see this on a daily basis, subscribe. It is free on the YouTubes. Not so much on Twitch, so take advantage of it. But until then, I shall continue on with the New York Times mini crossword. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.